I was served papers in a divorce. What do I do? Well, who served you the paper and when were you served? Let's look at it from the beginning. Cool, calm, and collected. You want to get divorced? Realize that you were having marital difficulties? Well, think about that. Then realize that service is a person other than your spouse handing you the papers. It could be any adult person or it could be a processor, and it can't take place on your day of worship. Was it the other 6 days? Was it one of the other 6 days of the week? And was it a person that's not your spouse? And was it an adult? Well, if that's the case, and it was a non-spouse person that served, not in your day, then you have 20 days to respond. Respond on your own, or you can obtain the services of an attorney and reply, document, and answer. So the question was, I was served papers. Well, what were you served? You served a summons with notice, or were you served a summons and complaint? Summons with notice just requires that you respond one piece of paper. I'm involved in the case, and serve me any complaint in the future. And if you were served with a summons and complaint, you have to reply with an answer. And that's the name of the document, an answer. And then you start. Now, what could also happen is that you call up the other lawyer as a pro se litigant and say, I need some time. I want to hire a lawyer. Please give me some. And you can make that kind of agreement. You could look around for an attorney, or you can get an attorney. That attorney can ask for more time. You can reply on your own. You can reach out to your spouse. Try and resolve the matter on your own. But speak with your spouse and ask to see a marriage counselor, a member of the clergy, or a family member that can act as a mediator. So you can look to, avoid conflict and resolve the matter between the two of you, perhaps with the use of a third party, or you can get engaged in high conflict. A prospective client called me today asking about a divorce. Now, this is one half of the married couple, right? So it could be a man or a woman. But the person that called me, for the purposes of this, it's going to be a female. And she said, this way I can use she, or he, or they, them. I actually don't know the pronouns. They told me that they don't know where their spouse is now residing and what to do. And how do I find this person? And can I publish? And the reason she asked about, or they asked about publishing, is because they had gotten advice or counsel from another person. But divorce is a situation where you need to file the initial documents in the court, with the court, summons a complaint, alleging a grounds for divorce, and grounds is the reason. So you allege a certain grounds, with an S, ground. It could be multiple grounds. You go forward with the grounds and you say, we don't get along, or living apart separate pursuant to a separation agreement, or cruel and inhuman treatment. And there's 6 reasons. But let's say we just don't get along, which the language is a little bit different according to New York. Let's say that's the grounds. Now that paperwork has to be filed and then handed to the other spouse. Now, if you don't serve a person and they consent, well, that's fine. You can always consent to a divorce. But if you don't know where they are, you're really stuck at the start, stopped at the start. So what you'd have to do is get the permission of the court. Make this application, say, I don't know where this other spouse is. Please give me an order directing how I can make service. And the court would say, you have to publish in this newspaper for this length of time. And this person that called me already just started publishing in the newspaper because they got advice from someone. And I guess that's sort of is good. And I said, maybe it'll result in this person actually knowing that you filed a divorce. But otherwise, we have to start with, let's ask the court, what method of service would you require? What's permissible to the court? And then we take those steps. So publish in Newsday for 3 weeks, 3 consecutive Thursdays, or some other prescribed period of time from the court. But only you know your own circumstance. So think about all of those things. And if you need help thinking through various scenarios, please reach out, frankbrunolaw.com.